Good evening and welcome to News at 6 on Omoluwabi Radio 87.7 FM. I am Jonathan Ibileke. First, the headlines. Tinubu approves policy to retain health workers in Nigeria. On business news, CBN FBN Holdings asks court to dismiss Barbican's capital suit. In the foreign scene, Ukraine proposes peace to end conflict. And in the world of sports, Olympic hero Letsile Tebogo returns to rounds of welcome in Botswana. These and many more stories will be coming your way right after this showtime out. Please stay tuned. Now the news in full. As part of comprehensive strategy to manage, harness, and reverse health workers' migration, President Bola Tinubu has approved a new national policy in curbing health workforce migration. In a statement released yesterday, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Ali Pate, said the policy will encourage the return of professionals to Nigeria through attractive incentives and reintegrate them into the nation's health system. The minister also added that the policy recognized the importance of work-life balance and has included the provisions for routine health checks, mental well-being support, and reasonable working hours, especially for younger doctors. The governance of this policy will be overseen by the National Human Resources for Health Program within, in collaboration with state government, thereby ensuring responsible implementation and alignment with the broader sector-wide health objectives. Former President Goodluck Jonathan and Muhammadu Buhari were present for the inaugural Council of State meeting at the Council Chambers of the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja, chaired today by President Tinubu. Former Heads of State General Yakubu Gowon retired and General Abdulsalami Abubakar retired were reported to have also joined the meeting virtually alongside the governors of Abia, Adamawa, and Akwa Ibom State. The meeting, which began at 12:35 p.m. with an opening ceremony where attendees sang and recited the national anthem and national pledge, respectively, comes 18 months after the council last met on February 10, 2023, under former President Muhammadu Buhari. Parts of the issues discussed in the meeting include the nationwide protests as it affects national security and the state of the economy, and in the agricultural sector, food security, availability, and affordability were also discussed. Moving on to business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria and FBN Holdings PLC have asked the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos to dismiss a suit filed by an investment firm, Barbican Capital Limited, over alleged alteration of its alleged 5 billion units of shares in the bank. The plaintiff, an affiliate company of Honeywell Group Limited, in a suit filed had claimed that over the years and at different times, it cumulatively acquired about over 5 billion shares, representing 50.1% of FBNH overall share list on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. However, FBN Holdings PLC, in a written address filed on court in response to the motion on notice filed by its counsel, Babajide Koku San, informed the court that the plaintiff deliberately concealed the fact of an ongoing verification exercise by the Central Bank of Nigeria of its alleged significant shareholdings. And now moving to the foreign scene, the Ukraine government has promised that it would not hold on to Russian territory captured in a surprise cross-border incursion, and also offered to stop raids if Moscow agreed a just peace. Ukraine's foreign ministry spokesman Georgiev Takiev, who made this known while speaking to newsmen today, said Kiev was not interested in taking over Russian territory and defended Ukraine's actions as absolutely legitimate. Recall that Ukrainian forces entered Russia's Kursk region last Tuesday, taking over 2 dozen settlements in the biggest attack by a foreign army on Russian soil since World War II. And finally, talking sports, Botswana gave a rapturous welcome to Letsile Tebogo today as the sprinter returned home with the Southern African country's first ever Olympic gold medal. The 21-year-old, who became the first African to win the men's 200 meters in an African record of 19.46 seconds, was welcomed by families with children, elderly people, and young supporters who waved Botswana's sky blue and black national flag as the Olympic team landed back in the capital of Gaborone. It was reported that hundreds of supporters had gathered at a small airport, benefiting from an impromptu half-day holiday declared by President Mokgweetsi Masisi to celebrate Tebogo's success. Before we hand the news at 6 on Omoluwabi Radio 87.7 FM, here is a quick recap. We brought you a report that President Bola Tinubu has approved a new national policy in curbing health workforce migration as part of comprehensive strategy to manage and reverse health workers migration in Nigeria. In the world of business, we also told you that the Central Bank of Nigeria and FBN Holdings PLC have asked the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos to dismiss a suit filed by an investment firm, Barbican Capital Limited, over alleged alteration of its alleged 5 billion units of shares in the bank. In the foreign scene, we also told you that the Ukrainian government has promised that it would not hold on to Russian territory captured in a surprise cross-border incursion, and also offered to stop trade if Moscow agreed a just peace. And finally, in the world of sport, we also brought you a report that Botswana today gave a rapturous welcome to Letsile Tebogo as the sprinter returned home with the Southern Africa's country's first ever Olympic gold. For more information on Omoluwabi Radio, please follow us on our social media handles on Facebook at Omoluwabi Radio 87.7 FM, on X, Instagram, and TikTok